Hey guys, just before we get into the video, I want to remind you that a very small percentage of the people that watch my videos are subscribed, so if you haven't already clicked subscribe, I greatly appreciate it if you did. Enjoy the video. What's up guys? Welcome back to Alliance War. Today we have Alliance War number 8 of the season, I believe. Not 100% sure, we just finished Alliance War number 9 and that was a doozy. So we're going to go with Colossus, Torch, and Quake here. Pretty cool team, very different. We're taking 9 to 3, I believe, like usual. And we are going to be using Colossus for the first 2 fights, and then Colossus for a couple more. So this is a pretty Colossus intensive war. We decided to not boost here at all. We're just going to go through and quickly look at what other people are dealing with, just scout the map. We're going to be taking those 2 middle minis with Quake. Alliance War number 9, which I just finished. I sucked with Quake really bad, and that was not a great time. I had a couple deaths in the next war, which is disappointing. We're going to throw on an invuln boost here, per request of my officers, just in case he gets to a special 3, which at one point I think he almost does. And we are going to be using Colossus to just burn through this Arcus, because he is Incinerate and Cold Snap immune, and he'll be gaining his armor ups very quick. So here we are going to just heavy spam this Arcus to death as fast as we can. We're just going to be throwing heavies. They're heat tenacity minis, so we have to be very careful about not getting screwed over. And we really want to make sure that we don't push him to a special 3, because then he'll armor shatter me, and we don't want that. He's not poison immune, unfortunately, so we are going to have to wait out that poison phase, most likely. I think Colossus does affect ability accuracy when he stuns the opponent, though, because for some reason I've been noticing that while the opponents are stunned, maybe it's a master setup I have. There we lose our invuln boost, or indestructible boost, which is great. That's very unfortunate. Here we're just going to stay in the corner, and we're just going to make him bait out some specials. We're going to throw a special 3 here after we bait out this special 2. Right here, we're going to put the fatigue, and we're going to get that little armor up passive thingy on us that allows us to do take less block damage, and it basically gives us the unstoppable effect. The fatigue will reduce his damage overall, and there you can see that it's a little weird interaction where he like bounces off of me. You can see what the special 2 does, and it does barely nothing. We're just going to wait out the poison phase again, build up our armor ups. And then 1 big special 2 should be enough to finish off the fight, most likely. Here we're going to parry that special 1. And we're playing pretty good. Not the best, but we're just moving through nice and fast. We're just going to melt through these as quick as we can. And that's the end of that fight. Here we have a Havoc. This is the main reason I brought Colossus. Just did it to melt through, because he has the armor up buffs and he won't hurt us that bad. But with the hazard shift, I do still have to wait out the poison phase. Here we're just going to parry the first 3. Sorry if you can hear some background noise. Luckily the critical hits ignore the resistances that he gets, and it will be healing from willpower on the plasma debuffs, which is pretty cool. Right now we're just absolutely destroying this Havoc. Good pace, we're doing good, and we should be on a move, and we should have no problem finishing this fight off nice and fast. Here we're just nailing those reparries and building up those armor ups. Here we're at 27, big crit. Unfortunately we don't. Gain back a little bit of power from the mutant boost that we have on, and those poisons are just ticking away, and that is the main reason we have to wait out that phase. There he was unblockable, so I couldn't reparry his special attack. And now we're just going to nail that reparry right there, throw off a huge special 2, and that is not the fight over. Unfortunately, we didn't get another crit. 1 special 1, and he should be down though. Here we're just going to go for it. I believe we're just going to smack him with a special 1 right here. Yep, and that's the end of the fight. Nice little crit to finish it off, and we're at 70% health. On to our next 2 fights. We have that Kingpin and that Immortal Hulk with Quake. Put these fights on 2 times speed just because they're so long and they're really boring fights. So we're just going to use Quake and just absolutely melt these fights down. Here we're going to throw in some boosts, because just take a look at that health pool. That's huge. This attack boost should cover me for the rest of the war, most likely. And the The champion boost should help as well, the lesser champion, and we're going to throw in a health. Just really want to make sure that we don't die. It ultimately comes down to one death, which we win or lose this war by. We're just going to quake this guy down nice and fast. This guy has the buffet, or no, he's power snack, so you want to get that dexterity on you while he's under the effect of a concussion. And this is basically the fight. So now we're just normal quake fight. We just really got to make sure that we don't mess up. And yeah, while we're doing this, there's a little line notification. Love to see those. While we're doing this, if you guys enjoy the content, I'd really like to see it in the comment section, your support. I can see that my videos for Alliance War are getting a good amount of views, and it's really great to see the support. I'm beyond grateful, and words can't describe how happy I am to see my channel growing. It really makes me feel good about making content, and it makes me as happy as a content creator as I could be. So if you enjoy the content and would like to see more, please let me know in that comment section and hit that like button if you enjoyed it. I try not to ask too often, but I would really appreciate it if you did. Here we're 2 minutes into the fight. Kingpin already triggered backup recovery. He's at 50%. Should be about 5 or 6 more aftershock cycles until he's dead. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's pretty annoying. And this Kingpin should be down any minute now. This is probably one of the longest Quake fights I've had. The next one is even longer, unfortunately. I know that Quake is really boring to watch, but that's just who I'm assigned to bring because I'm fairly okay with her. Alliance War number 9, which is the next one. We just finished my war, and Quake and I we did not get along. Had 1 or 2 deaths, and it was not a great time. No deaths this Alliance War, which is great to see. We have a couple close fights, I think, not 100% sure. We have a really fun Dragon Man at the very end that we're going to be using Torch for. Had another fun interaction with him in the next Alliance War as well. Here we're just going to quake down this Immortal Hulk as well. He almost has 300,000 health. It feels like I'm quaking Act 7. And we're just going to try to finish this fight off as quick as I can. This is a doozy of a fight. I'm not a huge fan of quaking the Immortals. I would prefer to quake Immortal Hulk just because Immortal Abomination's animations feel clunky to me. I don't know if that's just me, but I hate his character design. I don't know if that's me. His good, like utility, but just watching him play just makes me want to throw up. I guess it's, I know a lot of people like him, like Taters and such. They're huge fans. Not my character. If I ever got him, I'd probably rank him up just because he's undoubtedly the best poison character next to Normal Abomination with the Red Guardian synergy, but it would be nice to use a character that doesn't rely on synergies. And that is the goal. So here we're just going to keep going at this Immortal Hulk. We're doing good pace. 2 minutes in and he's at 50% health. So it's going to be a longer Quake fight like most of this Alliance War is going to be. That's just, how it goes for me. But we're doing good. We're moving nice and fast, and this Immortal Hulk is almost down. We finished that Quake fight perfectly on the Kingpin, and we're going to do the same for this Immortal Hulk, which is great to see. I'm very happy that we did good, and happy that we didn't make any huge mistakes this Alliance War. This is the first time I've ever quaked Immortal Hulk on Mixmaster. That's the first time I think I've ever quaked Kingpin after his buff, so that's pretty cool. I don't think Kingpin's buff affects his ability to be quaked at all, but if he does, that's that, and that was a 3-minute Quake fight. Now we're just going to quake down this Bishop really quickly as well. Sorry guys with the amount of Quake fights I have, it's just how it goes. I know it's really boring to watch. Trust me, I hate commentating over it too. But we're just going to keep going at this Bishop, and we're just going to kill him as fast as we can. This is a quicker Quake fight, only 132,000 health. We're doing about 10% per aftershock cycle, and this Bishop will go down as fast as he possibly can with Quake, and I believe we make one small mistake, maybe, or that the next Quake fight. I'm not sure. All I know is that this fight was a joke. I went in this fight, and I had absolutely no issue finishing it off. We initially had a Doom assigned here, and I told my officers, or I didn't even ask, I just knew that there was no point in using a Doom here. That's kind of risky. Just going with a Quake and just absolutely destroy this guy in under a minute and a half. And that's how you finish the fight, nice and easy. There we go. Exactly a minute and a half, and that fight is down. Perfect. And that's that. Here we're going to use Colossus for the Colossus. This was a fun little interaction because Colossus is bleed immune. He won't take any damage from it, and he'll actually gain armor up buffs from it. Here I just went and checked just to make sure he was actually bleed immune, and he was. And we're just going to put this fight on normal speed as well. Nice little fun interaction. See those armor buffs just absolutely going skyrocket high. That's a lot of fun to see when he has his armor buffs in the beginning, so it gives us a good little bonus. We're already at 11. We're going to be triggering protection, but luckily when Colossus knocks down the opponent, since he's a large character, he just shuts down protect, and it doesn't really do anything. So that's really nice to see. The only thing I have to worry about is that my special 2s probably won't do much damage, but that's okay. That one didn't trigger protect, and the last hit it did. This is probably one of the most fun counters. The Ghost was a fun counter, but I would never ever do that again on protect. That was a very sketchy fight. There's another line notification. You love to see it. And we're just going to go at this fight, and there's another one, and we're just going to finish this fight off as quick as we possibly can. I have absolutely no worries about dying here. I think if I died, it would ultimately be to me playing like shit, and there's no other excuse for how I should go. So we're just going to absolutely destroy this guy with one more huge special 2. I took him down to 7%, and then I believe 1 or 2 more combos should be enough to finish this guy off. We're going to do another 5-hit combo, and that is enough to finish off the fight. Another minute and 30-second fight. Love to see it. Short and easy, and that's the way we want to go. Now we're going to use Colossus for this Medusa as well, just for a good time. Figured might as well. Let's have some fun. She has the stupidest nodes in the world that won't do anything to me, so it's literally just any old Medusa. We're just going to go Colossus heavy method and melt through this fight. She is not large or extra large. I believe she's small, so she won't be affected by protect. And we're just going to go as quick as we can. We just make sure that we don't want to combo into her. And if we do, we just want to do one hit, so that way she doesn't auto block me and parry me. There we're going to parry the end of her special 1. I don't know if it's possible to parry both projectile or both of her hair sword things. It would be really cool to see. I'm considering rank 5 in my Medusa. I would probably never use her, especially since Mags is the best character for robots. But, you know, it's something. I don't have a Mags either, so it would be pretty cool to have her ranked up. She's not awakened. I don't think I'd awaken her either. I just awakened my Killmonger just for fun. We're just going to try to kill this girl as fast as we possibly can. So there we go in, we hit. This fight is a minute in, and she's basically already dead. This is the definition of the quick and easy fights in Alliance War that you love to see come up. Absolutely no risk dying there. If I died, I would be very disappointed in myself. Here we're going to be quaking I forget who we're quaking here. I'm not sure. I know that we just have one more quake fight, and then that's the end of the war. That's not true. We have a Dragon Man with Torch as well. We're just going to go in with a special 3 defense boost. We're going to be quaking this Hulkbuster here. Died to this guy next to Alliance War. Not on this node, but I died to a Hulkbuster with Quake. I don't need to talk about that. Don't know why I didn't just play Quake like this against that fight, but this is, I mean, Hulkbuster is one of the easiest Quake fights in the world. I don't know how I died, but I did. I guess I just stopped playing Quake. But here we're just gonna, play perfectly as usual. I think we got tapped somewhere in there and lost a little bit of health, but we'll be fine. This is the last Quake fight, so it doesn't really matter how much health I lose. I probably honestly should have just played parry method up until we get to the regen point, because, I'm not gonna die, most likely. I say that even though I did. Not gonna die, and it's just a normal Hulkbuster. The only thing we have to be worried about is his regen phase that he gets at the end, but honestly that's not even that big of a deal. Quake will cancel it out with her concussions anyways. Quake is not my favorite character to play. I'm not a huge fan, but it's just nice being good with her. That way you get lots of Alliance War fights, and you can help out the Alliance in any way you can. There is that Hulkbuster down. That was a 2-minute Quake fight, and now this is probably the highlight of the Alliance War. This is the first time I've ever taken Dragon Man with the Human Torch. No pre-fight here, pre-fight here on the Torch, but no white mags, which is unfortunate, but we'll be okay. I don't have an invuln boost, and I probably should have just used this next boost setup for the next Dragon Man that I take as well. This current Alliance War that we're in, I threw on a huge boost here because I've never taken this fight before, and it was pretty good. It's pretty light and easy. The only thing you have to be worried about is him having shitty, horrible AI and not throwing his special attacks, and that is another death in my next Alliance War because of AI. I love this game sometimes, but this Dragon Man at least is just, he's melting as fast as he can possibly go down. We just want to wait out that poison phase and not get dicked over. Here we're just going to dex that heavy attack in the corner. I can kind of do it, not really. Here we're just going to throw that special one, so that way he doesn't have me cornered. I hate taking this fight, not a big fan. This is not a fight I would ever like to take again if I had the option. It's not as bad as Quaking Modok, but it's just not a good time, and I do not enjoy this fight in any universe. Especially when he corners you and he gets you here, and then if he hits you, he has all that extra bullshit damage that he does, and that's just a fun time. Plus he has that stupid power game, those Furies. It's a great way to die. I'm just going to point that out. It's not the hardest fight in the world, it's just not a great time. I know that you can Quake this guy and take off his power charges. I saw Let Him Tater's video on that. That was a pretty cool experience, but that is the end of my Alliance War. No deaths, we did great. We ended up losing this war by diversity. We actually had a higher attack bonus, but we lost by, I think, 3 diversity points. Proud of my Alliance, we did really good. Very unfortunate death, and it's just the way it is. We lost by 120 points, and it really, really hurts that we lost, because we should have won this war. If just one less death, and we would have won. But that's that. We did finish with the second MVP in the Alliance, which is great to see. We are finishing with MVP a lot. But that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed, be sure to click that notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video. Click subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.